Hello, today Cosmetics Business is in conversation with Accelerated Analytics. I'm Becky Barge, Senior News Reporter of Cosmetics Business and Pure Beauty, and I'm joined today by Chad Simmons, President of Accelerated Analytics. Hi Chad, it's great to have you with us today.
Hi Becky, great to be with you.
And so let's go straight for it. I mean, can you give us an outline of Accelerated Analytics' business model?
Yeah, sure, I'd be happy to. So kind of the short answer is that Accelerated Analytics business model is all about partnering with a brand to help them collect the data that's available from their retail customers and use it for making good sales decisions, making good inventory decisions, right? So that's the short answer. Really what happened is about 16 years ago when I founded Accelerated Analytics, I recognized that there was a gap in between sort of the retailer and the brand when it came to the communication of data. And so what we said was we can build a technology solution to basically create efficiencies in gathering the data from all these different retailers for brands, bringing it into a technology solution, doing a bunch of work on it to turn it into ready-to-consume reports, and really doing that at scale, right? So we do this across hundreds of brands, across hundreds of retailers. And so that creates a lot of efficiency and really a lot of best practices that we can bring to our customers.
Yeah, that's fantastic. And so how can that business model benefit beauty brands specifically?
Yeah, there's really some interesting applications for the beauty brands because, as you know, the speed at which the market moves for beauty brands is so rapid, right? They're tracking innovation SKUs, they're launching juice SKUs, they're doing promotions, they're doing BOGOs, they're doing all these different things on a continuous basis. And so it's really an area where being able to rapidly consume data from their retail customers on what's happening from a sales perspective, from an inventory perspective, from a planogram allocation, setting in stores perspective, it is critically important. And in the beauty business, as I said, in particular, the speed at which you can do that is highly important because if it's midweek before you're able to consume a retailer's data and begin to plan actions based on what you're seeing in the data, it's likely too late. And so that's really where the application of this technology becomes extremely beneficial because through using technology like Accelerated Analytics, we can consume the data over the weekend after your retail data post from your retailers. That way, by Monday morning, when you walk into the office, the data is ready for you to consume. And we really work to take the raw data that comes from the retailers and turn it into not just reports, but insights, right? That's what the beauty brands really need, I think, more than anything else is deep insights into what's happening in a very time efficient way.
Yeah. I mean, speaking of, what's going on at the moment, a lot of brands that I've spoken to, have been hit very hard by the COVID-19 pandemic and particularly in their supply chain, and so how can this technology help brands deal with unpredictable consumers?
Yeah, the impact of COVID across the retail industry at large, but specifically also in the beauty market has been obviously just very extreme, right? And so there's been several things that we've worked with our brand partners on when it comes to COVID. As the stores were starting to sort of close down, we were helping them understand basically how much of the sales pattern was transitioning into .com, sort of what that penetration from .com to brick and mortar stores were. Then as the pandemic sort of kept going, we began helping them understand sort of how much inventory do I have in stores, because a lot of the retailers were basically taking inventory out of their warehouse first to fill .com orders, and then after that they begin to have folks actually take inventory out of the store and fill orders from that. So we're doing a lot of inventory allocation and in-stock checking, and then the last part of it now has really started to become, because the stores are now open, we're studying consumer insights, right? So if you think about trying to understand what's happening with the consumer, you need to be down at sort of that store SKU level in order to see what's happening from a transactional standpoint, right? Really understanding consumer patterns. Are they buying the 3 ounce or the 6 ounce? Are they trading up for a product? Are they trading down for a product? And that's becoming even more complex with the bankruptcies and the store closures that are happening, right? Because you might have a market where in the past you had a Neiman's, a JCPenney, a Dillard's, a Macy's, an Ulta, a Sephora, but now Penny's is gone, right? So where did those shoppers go? And so we're doing a lot of analysis with our customers on insights down at that store SKU level to help them understand, do I need to change my planograms? Do my SKU allocations need to change? my stocking levels need to change. Like, it's a different world, right, post-COVID. And so the faster you're able to use data analytics to adjust your business to that, the better chance you have of winning.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds invaluable, really, you know, to keep up. And I mean, sort of on keeping on with the pandemic, so many more, you know, employees have now been furloughed, you know, and so how can this data make sure that staff are working smarter and not harder?
Yeah, it's been difficult to watch, right? Being in this industry for 25 plus years, to go on LinkedIn and look through your network and see all the folks that have open to work on their profiles now because they've been furloughed, right? It's kind of a heartbreaking thing to see. And as we look at our customer base, I mean, certainly there has been a lot of furloughs that have occurred. And so where we see a really good opportunity is that applications of technology, when you are short-staffed, or when you've asked your existing staff to take on additional roles, right, there's a great application for technology in that place. And so where we see a lot of companies having really great success is using technology for efficiency, right? So tasks that previously would have been done by like a planner or maybe an account executive manually in Excel, use automation in order to get greater efficiency from that, but also use the technology to do exception-based management, right? In good times, when we all have large staffs, I think some of us kind of get a little complacent and we say, well, I'll analyze the entire book of 150 SKUs across 1,000 stores, right? But when you're challenged for time and staff, you really have to be disciplined about narrowing down to the things that really move the needle on the business. And so using technology platforms like Accelerated Analytics and our exception-based tools can help you really narrow down to the things that can have the biggest impact on your business. And so that creates a lot of efficiency.
Yeah. I mean, speaking of efficiency, you know, there's been a lot of hype recently about data collection, you know, but how do brands know where to invest their capital?
Yeah, it's a great question, right? I mean, it's hard to open up any kind of technology-oriented or even trade-oriented magazine now and not see a headline that's screaming about AI or machine learning, right? I mean, it's all the buzz right now. But I think it's challenging as a senior leader at an organization to say, with limited capital and in the realities of limited staffing, where do I make investments? I think in this area, when it deals with retail point of sale data and inventory data, it's a good area I would counsel a CEO to look at outsourcing. Because if you look at a company like Accelerated, we have experience for 16 plus years working across 300 some brands across 100 retail data sources, right? So we've done this project over and over and over and over and created efficiencies around it. And so if I were a CEO looking at where do I want to spend money, I might not want to invest internally into trying to take this project on as a one-off because the learning curve, the technology investment and everything are really high. Yeah. So it's a great opportunity to outsource, find a technology partner that has done this project over and over and over. Be able to gain the efficiency that comes with the technology that they built, the processes that they built, right? They know the retailer's data, so they know where they know where the stumbling blocks are. They know where the skeletons are hidden in the closet, right? And so you can navigate around that, and you can do it quickly, and then you can basically consume this not as a capital expenditure, but just as a ongoing operating cost, which makes a lot of sense when you're constrained for finances.
Yeah, no, definitely, absolutely. And so say a viewer would like to get in touch with you or Accelerated Analytics, you know, what's the best way for them to contact you?
Yeah, absolutely. There's two probably good ways to get in touch with us, right? Certainly hit our website. So you can go to acceleratedanalytics.com/CV, and we'll have some general information there on Accelerated. We'll have case studies and the work that we do with folks like Cody and Estee Lauder, which are both customers of ours, right? And some of the success stories that we've been able to put together with them. I would love to also consult with you directly if you have specific questions. So you could reach me on my email, which is just my last name, Simmons@acceleratedanalytics.com.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much, Chad, for taking the time out. It's been great and really insightful to hear more about your business, and particularly at this time.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for having me. I enjoyed the conversation.
Great, thank you. And viewers, if you'd like to tune into any more interviews with companies like Accelerated Analytics from across the beauty sector, visit our YouTube channel and hit subscribe, or alternatively, visit cosmeticsbusiness.com.